Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Welcome to an oral review of Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you that observations made toward younger generations should be made from place of concern, not critique. For instance, we can make fun of TikTokers all we want, but kids filming themselves doing silly dances and dumb stuff is really no different than how millennials used YouTube or how Gen Xers use VHS recordings. What we should be concerned with is the way that data is used by billion-dollar corporations, right-wing political machines, authoritarian governments, out-of-control law enforcement, and overstepping surveillance agencies. Every generation has their stupid thing when they're kids, but only a lucky few have the brains fried because of the rich and powerful. I'm Nick, and except for this intro, I wrote the script.
And I'm Dominic, and except for this intro, I haven't read any of today's script. And I mostly, every now and then I like looking at the comments of, memes and YouTube
I thought you were going to say of
and
our videos. I'm like, you should always be looking at that.
Yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, Gen Z's fucking stupid or Gen Alpha's cooked, which they are, but for, not because of their fault, which I'm saying. Concern, not necessarily, I guess critique is inherently a good thing, but not like, don't just wail on the younger generation, because it's like participation trophies. It's like, okay, make fun of it all you want. Millennials are not the ones who came up with participation trophies, all right? Those were Gen Xers who didn't want to be parents and just confront, bad vibes from their kids. So, but when it comes to the rate of brain rot that we're seeing, it's not these kids' fault. It's not, right? It's the fucking, it's the fucking algorithms. It's so, I feel so bad for them. I truly do. I'm so sorry.
I agree. Hey, what are we reading today, Dominic?
We are reading Knuckles, the Dark Legion, Book 2, Sins of the Fathers.
I never really do this. I actually wrote notes ahead, while I was writing the script, because I was like, this is fucking insane, and I think I need to address this and not forget this.
Yeah.
And also, I try to write this with Adderall. I'm not on Adderall right now, but my mind is smarter, so I might read this and I'll be like, that's too smart. This clearly didn't come from me.
It's like you're Jekyll and you want Mr. Hyde to come out because your Mr. Hyde is just a normal smart person.
Yeah, right?
Okay, this was released in March 5th, 1997, publication date May of 1997. And it was written by Ken Penders and Kent Taylor, art by Manny Galan and Andrew Peepoy.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, before we get into this issue, if I'm going to say some names, if this is the first one you're watching, go watch a different one, because this is going to be a bad first episode. Edmund is on the cover of this comic. He has master emerald colored green glasses. Does that make him cooler or lamer?
Well, they're I'm assuming that is supposed to convey a safety, a light safety kind of glass. Because I know shooting glasses or other kind of safety glasses, they are tinted that color to, I think, help with sun glare or something.
Sure.
But it is, for him, it's more of a scientific approach. Because usually there's that univisor look with that color.
I don't know why, but it just instantly just makes me think he looks way dorkier.
Mm-hmm. Also, Steppenwolf, that's supposed to be Steppenwolf holding him.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with those bushy eyebrows? They make him look older than Edmund.
Oh, yeah, no, the eyebrows are weird. I actually forgot to call them out last time.
Okay.
Because they look wild in the flashback scene where, Edmund and Dimitri are pitching to the Hall of Science about bringing down the floating island. There's a shot of Steppenwolf and
the other son,
Meniker. And his eyebrows just make him look dumb as fuck.
I think it really pops out here because this is just full regular color on the cover, whereas back then there was a Mexico filter on the pass on the pass scene, right?
Sure.
Am I wrong? It was yeah, it was a different color.
It was a
Different
2006 video game.
Yes. I don't know how if we'll get a chance to talk about this again. There is a Ghost Recon game, I think, where literally the final level, you cross the border into Mexico. It takes place, it starts in an American border town, and you cross the border into Mexico, and literally the color of the level changes to Mexico green.
That's very funny.
It's hilarious. Like, as you're running down the highway to cross the border and like gunfights are happening, it just turns like the moment you cross.
That sounds like a bit. Like they knew what they were doing. It is funny.
Very of the time. Okay, here we go. So this is the
intro to the comic.
Yes, that is written by the writers here. In many ways, Knuckles' life has been a simple one, even though it came with many responsibilities from the moment he was born. Only at pivotal moments in his young life has he become aware of the magnitude of those responsibilities and the obligations he has incurred, not only because of who he is, but what he is as well. As guardian of the floating island, Knuckles has ever sought to preserve the utopia-like environment for its inhabitants. Ever watchful of danger, usually from forces originating from Mobius proper, he never dreamed his greatest threat would one day come from his own kind. Having never previously interacted with any other Echidna save his father, Knuckles, for the first time, finds himself questioning the lessons he has learned, and their relevancy to the predicaments he now finds himself in. At this pivotal life point, he must decide whether to side with his own kind in the belief they might be right, or to oppose them out of simple faith in what he has been taught by his parent. Unlike most choices he must make, this may be the most difficult yet, as either side can claim that blood is thicker. So now this is your writing. Knuckles is passed out when water splashes on his face. He wakes up and is disoriented. He's got his hands tied behind his back. He looks around and notices the Chaotix crew are in the same situation he's in. A Dark Legion soldier approaches. Either I'm dreaming or someone doesn't care if they make me mad. And nobody, but nobody, wants to make me mad. The Dark Legion soldier that walked up is unimpressed by Knuckles' boisterous attitude. The nameless soldier says that Kragok wants to talk one-on-one, and so he should follow him. Knuckles is marched across an encampment in chains, and the encampment looks like an old-world Roman legion encampment, with tents and armed men/robots as far as the eye can see. Knuckles walks into Kragok's tent. There he is. Come in, Knuckles. We've a lot to discuss. Remember the vibe from last time?
I forgot. I legitimately forgot he was the weird guy at orgies.
That was just deviant, bisexual, and totally shameless. Knuckles knucks his knuckles. And he doesn't respond. No, yeah, right. I get it. He does the thing with his knuckles, yeah.
No, I meant like clinch, because technically he's in handcuffs right now.
Oh, okay. Then you should have used clinch. But you love that knucking line.
Yeah, no, I'm a knucker.
You only get to say knucka. Okay. That's what I've been taught. That's what my coworkers say.
I'm so on the fence about cutting that because that was really funny, but also we should probably cut it.
Hey. Both of my black workers gave me separate N-word passes.
Yeah, but did they like print it out?
Literally, I've like printed out. Give me a real one. And even if they give me one, I'm smart enough to never cash it in because you never cash that in. Giving me the silent treatment, eh? There's a time and place for everything, but here and now is neither the time nor the place, Buster.
I hope Ken Penders finds this podcast because I just want him to because I like him and Camp Taylor were probably like, this guy's gonna sound really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like he's probably got like a modular voice because he's like half machine.
Sure.
And you're like, okay, Buster. Now remember.
Knuckles positions himself in front of a chair, but doesn't sit down. Kinda hard to be obliging when one is shackled. Get my drift? Kragok catches his drift and snaps his fingers. Release him. Last you...
You can't. How did this end up being like the funniest voice you've done?
I find a way somehow.
Like, it's such a normal sounding voice, but oh my god, every single time you fucking talk.
Lest you get any foolish notions. Remember, my men won't hesitate to take action. Now then, where shall we begin? We cut to the past in the caves of an anthill, where we see a nerdy-looking ant who wears a beige vest and teeth around his neck, much like Archimedes. He pleads to a council of ants and a queen ant.
So he's like...
You think he's going to stick around? That's my only question. You think he's going to stick around?
Outside of this miniseries, no.
I don't think so either.
But he's definitely like Archimedes, great. I don't know the lifespan of ants, but I assume we're talking like a trillion greats.
Yeah. I'm assuming they have shorter lifespans.
I mean, he's definitely got a dorky Australian vibe going.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, no.
I mean, he's Australian.
Yeah.
It's not our fault everyone keeps on making these guys Australian, okay?
No. My queen, the situation concerning the echidnas grows worse. The queen ant responds, We've done all we can, Christopheles. What more can we do?
Wait, can you make that more Australian?
We've done all we can, Christopheles. What more can we do? They appointed one of their own to act as a safeguard from themselves and their own technology. That may be the root of the problem, milady. There isn't any precedent for this situation amongst his people. Perhaps if I had a guide, someone with experience such as those in this chamber. Any volunteers, Christopheles? I live to serve, my queen. I'm on my way. That was not Australian.
No.
That was very not Australian.
You know, I just appreciate the attempt.
Thank you. Here we learn ants can teleport. Christopheles teleports away. We now cut to Edmund's home, where he is brainstorming ideas on how to best become Batman. He monologues to himself. The citizens are a craven and cowardly lot. Maybe if I adopt a disguise, I might be able to inspire and raise their spirits. I might be a creature of light and hope. Why am I starting to drift into like, what's his fucking name? Rope.
Rope?
Why is that my go-to? Alfred Hitchcock's is
Vertigo. You're thinking of the dog from An American Tail, Fievel Goes West.
Who is based off of James Stewart. Yeah.
And voiced by James Stewart.
Oh, for real?
It's like one of his last roles.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Am I like shouting bullshit right now?
No, I don't know. I truly don't know.
Well, that's why I have a Fievel Goes West, and I thought it was like right here. I looked at it the other day, so maybe I didn't put it back.
Just then, Christopheles teleports into Edmund's room and immediately responds to Edmund as if he heard the whole monologue Edmund was just reciting. You don't need the cloak of secrecy. Your enemy already has that. Let the light be truth to your weapon. Edmund, unfazed by the creature who just phased into his room, responds, I can't deny you make sense, but why should I listen to you? Your son is in grave danger, but he has discovered the truth, as all of you will be, unless... Edmund begins marching off. Wait, where are you going? I haven't finished. The time for talk has passed. My people, my son, now need me to act. Edmund hops on his horse, he apparently has, and rides off to save his son. As if Edmund's words rang through time, Knuckles also decides the time for talk has passed. Knuckles leaps at Kragok and begins choking him. Where to start, huh? How about I start by getting rid of all this repressed anger in me? How about I see how tough you really are? Kragok's guards leap into action and subdue Knuckles and pin him down on a table. Do you really think I need my guards to handle the likes of you? You cannot keep laughing every time I do Kragok.
Then stop being so fucking funny.
Kragok punches Knuckles while being held down. Where is the Chaos Chamber? That beats me. You're a guardian. Of course you know. But I won't waste my time playing your games. I'll just do as you suggest. He turns to his guards. Beat him. Okay, that was funny. That was good. Bro, we are interrupting the flow so much.
I don't fucking care
I don't
anymore.
care either.
Like, man.
But okay, look, interrupting, but like, this is so fucking corny and edgy, dude. This is like every 80s movie. And legitimately, these writers, I have a feeling one in particular is really indulging in the fantasy of finally being able to put out a work. Now, were these writers trying to be screenwriters at one point? Like, was that their background?
No, their goal was to be like Marvel comic writers.
Okay, good. At least
I think
they did
some
that.
of them do succeed in that.
Yeah,
I don't think Kind does. He might. I think he wrote some Star Trek.
Okay, hey, great, good for him. That sounds like he really enjoyed doing
Or
that.
he drew Star Trek. Or you know what? I don't know.
Sure.
I guess I can Google.
I wish them the best. That's all I'm hoping for. I wish no ill will on anyone here.
He wrote one issue.
TNG. Kragok walks away, leaving Knuckles alone with his guards. Knuckles then proceeds to beat up all the guards by himself. He takes off the robes of one of the guards to reveal a half-robot, half-echidna-like being underneath. Pink instead of red. Knuckles puts on the robes and sneaks off. We cut back to the past, where Edmund is observing the Dark Legion picking through the scraps of the crashed ship of Edmund's son, Steppenwolf. And they're looking for a body. Edmund tries to fight the Legion, but gets got. Shot, if you will, to our older folks listening. The Dark Legion walks off, and Steppenwolf steps up to his father. He kneels and begins to cry.
I'm a good fucking writer.
I'm so sorry, Dad. It should be me lying there, not you. And everything's just becoming James Stewart.
Hey, you know what?
You know
I'm
what?
not against that.
Yep, no.
Can you know Australian James Stewart?
Shut the fuck up. I apologize. I misread the situation. Edmund just got Uncle Bend. Christophilles appears, just a moment too late, or perhaps exactly on time. What your father would want is for you to find the strength to continue. My name is Christophilles, and I'm here to help. Back in modern times, we see the Chaotix crew tied up, being guarded by 2 Legion members. A third walks up and beats up the other 2 Legion members. It's Knuckles. And he's here.
You know, you said that is exactly the delivery I wanted in my head, and you just crushed it, and I just wasn't expecting it.
Thank you. And he's here to save his friends. He quickly states they need a diversion, and Charmy the Bee points to an empty tank. We cut elsewhere on the island, specifically the control center where Knuckles' dad watches over the island. Knuckles' dad is sitting in the control center, watching his son. So far, so good. My son has given me much reason for hope. Still, he's going to need help if he is to persevere. Archimedes, the teleporting fire ant, teleports right next to our fearless hero's father. The two begin talking when an alarm starts blaring. They go to investigate when they find Athair standing, waiting for the two of them. For those who don't remember who Athair is, he's the old echidna that gives Tails a vision quest about the ancient walkers. Back outside, we see the Dark Legion, casually moving the containers marked explosive. The Chaotix crew drive the tank they stole into the barrels, and a huge explosion happens. It should be noted that they jump out of the tank.
I don't know. This page is the page that's like stopped me in my tracks because I legitimately do not understand what happened. I don't know if they stole the tank. I don't know if they put like a fucking brick on the gas pedal and just like let it go. Because at first I was like, oh, they just clearly shot everything because that's what you do in a tank. And then I reread it and I was like, that's not what happened. They drove the tank in. So then if instead of a tank they had a car, which they don't use, but whatever, then I would have made way more sense. Yeah. But they had a tank and they didn't shoot it. And the tanks clearly shoot. They shoot later. They burn down the whole fucking forest later. So I'm just like, why didn't they shoot? Sorry, this page kind of broke me. And I literally stopped and I got up and then it wrecked my fucking flow. And then I tried coming back to it and the writing gets way worse from here. And it was already pretty fucking bad. We cut back to Athair and Knuckles' dad. You always did know how to make one feel welcome, grandson. And you have some nerve showing up here, old man.
We're still paying for the consequences of your selfishness. Archimedes interrupts and asks everyone to calm down, stating that if Aether was here, then it must be important. The ancient walkers appear behind Aether, and they pose like they're going to drop the hottest mixtape. They disappear as quickly as they came, as Aether screams out, "Consider this your warning." A puff of smoke appears where Aether and the ancient walkers once stood. They have managed to give off the vibe of the Sailor Moon meme where the man in the cape says, "You mean Tuxedo Mask?"
Yeah.
No. Where the Tuxedo Mask says, "My job here is done," in which Sailor Moon replies, "But you didn't do anything." Was this bit funny enough to include in the script? Perhaps. I'm tired and my brain stopped working a little bit ago, so the rest of the script is going to have real shoot from the hip kind of vibe, which I suppose most of my scripts have that vibe. One of these days, I'll hit the target. Can't miss every shot. Knuckles and crew, they won't know though, because they never shot the fucking tank. Speaking of shots, we go back to the past where we see Steppenwolf dealing with the aftermath of his father being shot. He has been taken under the antenna of Christopheles. Nice. We see a training montage of Steppenwolf's training. Whatever.
No, I did that on purpose.
Go good.
I just love my writing. It's so dumb.
Christopheles narrates Steppenwolf's training montage. Man, Christopheles is talking way more than I thought here, so I've dropped the ball on the voice. Sorry. Our mistake is that we didn't work with Edmund to prepare him for the difficult journey ahead. You have another story. First, we develop your body. Then we work with your mind. We see Steppenwolf doing math equations on a chalkboard. Not only will you master the sciences, you'll develop a philosophy, learn morality and ethics, and, with time and much patience, attain the ultimate discipline. Christopheles brings Steppenwolf into the Chaos Chamber. Steppenwolf sees the Chaos Emerald and is taken aback. It's the source of our existence here on the floating island. Your energy is channeled through it as well. All you have to do is believe. Knuckles Peter Pans this shit and begins to fly. This brings up an interesting question. Is Steppenwolf not using the power of his dreadlocks to fly, but rather the Chaos Emerald? Does Knuckles use the power of the Chaos Emerald to fly instead of a dreadlocks, but he just doesn't know the difference between dreadlock power and Chaos Emerald power? If this is retconning Knuckles' dreadlocks, then this is just bad writing, and everyone should be ashamed of themselves.
Facts.
Christopheles brings Steppenwolf into the desert, where a giant underground base was hidden. Inside, there are tons of electronics and weapons. Welcome to heaven. This will be a base of operations, as well as that of future Guardians. We cut back to the present. Knuckles and friends are being chased by tanks driven by the Legion. They are shooting wildly at all directions, trying to hit Knuckles and friends. The Legion begins burning down the forest. The team begins to run in the opposite direction when a stampede begins running their direction. The team seems to be stuck in between a Legion and a stampede. End of Book 2.
I want to apologize up front for interrupting so much. Normally they give us breaks where we can interject a little bit more. They don't for these Knuckles books for some reason. And I just feel like when I interrupt, it does make it a little bit more confusing to follow the flow.
But you're so fucking funny.
It's sad. That's the thing, is you're gonna really like deny me being funny. So
where to begin?
I don't know. This is breaking me. This is like kind of started to break me.
First of all, we're just gonna go right past this point, but I do want to mention the jumping around shit. Still not used to it. It's whatever.
It makes writing this a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Maybe I was too harsh last issue.
No. It was clear they were trying to go for something using the wrong tool for the wrong job.
Yeah. Well,
here, I guess it's not as bad because they're not trying to be gimmicky and match everything, but they're still committing to the jumping back and forth. We'll drop that point, not dropping it, but we'll lay that to rest. We should move on.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Dark Legion? Still,
why aren't they pink? Like,
why are they pink?
No. Why is it when they have the hoods on, they're red, but when you take off the cloak, they're pink?
Ask the colorist. I don't know.
That
I don't
bothered
know.
me a lot.
What? Yeah.
And why is it a faceless void when they have the hood on? Why are they doing that?
I can understand it before when it was like, oh, the reveal is they're actually echidnas. I get that. You can drop the bit now. You can drop that now.
That's a dumb reveal. That's not even a reveal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, I guess it's a reveal.
It is a reveal.
So let's open with the Dark Legion is the part of Echidnaopolis, whatever, that took in technology, right? So why is it that they have like futuristic tech while intertwined with like medieval, or I guess Roman era like styles?
We discussed this last episode because it's like it's a weird clash of aesthetics,
right? But
I think it's because
I'm bringing it up because the more we learn, the more that it seems like it's at odds with itself.
Yeah, but I think they were just going for first of all, just evil vibes. That's just the meta reason. I think I think in the reasoning of the comic of the world, it's supposed to be like they're like a cult, they're like a secret society, they're
right. But if they're like going hard on tech, how do they end up in a situation where they revert to this kind of aesthetic?
I don't know.
Because like these guys are building like straight up tents, like Roman era like tents.
Yeah, so going beyond their clothing, this is like they're like the Legion from Fallout New Vegas. Yeah,
actually, yeah.
Because some of them have power fists too.
Yeah. It just really bothers me in the sense of like, what are they? I mean, I guess there's another book, and that book might explain some of this. The core idea of the Legion seems to be at odds with itself, and I can't figure out if there's an actual reason for that or if they were just like, this looks cool, let's do it like this.
It has to be that. And functionally, it served the purpose of a reveal. You start there, and then if you understandably try and follow that logic, it kind of falls apart like it is now. But I think that's really all it was. Reveal and look edgy.
Let me add a little bit more to this.
Sure.
Because like the old style aesthetic, while the tech is new, in terms of the style, in terms of like today, what we think of, it's old style tech also, right? The robots all look like they're from like the 1950s. Or like sci-fi from the 1950s, I should say, because robots, spoilers, didn't exist. And then like the UFOs have like a very cliche 1950s aesthetic. So in both senses of the technology and of the medieval Roman aspect, it's harking back to a older style aesthetic. So yeah, I don't know what that means yet.
We don't know. So we'll give it another book, but if by the end of that book we don't get an answer, it's just gonna have to be they were edgy and doing a reveal.
I'm gonna be disappointed if that's what's happening. But they did stop doing the parallel, like back and forth.
I talked about that already, right?
Well, you did mention it, but like they stopped it pretty much completely. And so I don't get the direction.
Now we just have it really comes down to the last book. It really comes down to that. But I think this is just taking an opportunity for the writers are taking the opportunity to tell these two stories.
Yeah.
Should they be running in parallel? I guess because it's just, hey, I got time to do backstory. But there's also stuff happening in the forefront, and they think it's clever.
Well, there's a part of me that's just like, I feel like these should have just been two separate books, one talking about the past, one about the present.
Yep.
But then I'm like, I think about it from a meta perspective where I'm like, I bet they have to have Knuckles in every single issue. I bet they have to have the Chaotix. And so I guess I understand the jumping between back and forth then.
In that lens.
In that lens. What are ants?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about that. So we finally get a background on the ant community, on the ant society. And it's just a glimpse, but apparently they have a queen that which is normal for ants, but also a council. I guess they're no more advanced beings, as we knew they were before. But now it's like very structural, as opposed to before. It just seemed like they were, I don't know, just tribal but sentient.
It's very interesting how quickly they went from
just some dudes laying around,
to being like a whole society,
a whole
ran
kingdom,
by ants.
Yeah, which okay, cool, I guess. But now I just found it hilarious how now every Echidna needs to have an ant buddy. That seems to be, this is like Spyro and Sparks.
I mean, it is just the Guardians, I think, get an ant buddy.
I guess.
But
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The whole Dark Legion doesn't have ant buddies. That's not every Echidna.
Yeah, because they embrace technology. They don't need ant buddies.
So ants
got bonsai buddy.
Ants can teleport. Certain ants can breathe fire. Ants can telepathically talk to each other.
These are OP fucking ants, man.
Like, no wonder they run like a secret society that's like running the world or something.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are these things?
Just the most contrived fucking shit.
I mean, it's wild.
If anything, funny enough, I am more intrigued now for the third book, but only because I'm like waiting for the floor to drop from this thing, the bottom drop out of this thing.
The thing that I don't know, I don't want to say bothered me, because I don't get it yet. The Guardians the ants have Haven, this like control center,
yes,
right? That they just have.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely technology heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It looks futuristic. It's got TVs, monitors, computers. It looks like weapons in there. What is happening? I guess is a bigger question, because
who made the place?
No, not even that. The Echidnas have rejected technology, and this Echidna decided he's going to protect all of it, like Echidnas from themselves and deprive them from technology, and he's going to use technology to do that.
It's ideologically inconsistent,
right? And I just don't get. Does he realize? Is this like in their mind a necessary evil? Are they actually not completely?
Is this like the Dark Knight, where Morgan Freeman is like, okay, we're going to use this once to so you can find the Joker, and then I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't. Except maybe Steppenwolf doesn't destroy it.
Yeah, he doesn't type his name in the computer at the end.
Okay, maybe now we're getting into like American conservative thought, where they proclaim to be harbingers of freedom and liberty and protectors of a free society, when all of those efforts are really doing the complete opposite. Maybe it's a critique on that. It's not, but like we could extrapolate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Where it's like libertarians are like, yeah, no, we're very pro-gun, but Alex Preddy, he had it out for him.
Oh, he shouldn't have had a gun.
Yeah, he shouldn't have resisted.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're trying to. So this is the problem with trying to critique something in the middle of a story.
Yeah, is
I just don't know the conclusion. So like I don't know what they're doing is smart or not, if it makes sense. It's a lot of like, I don't know.
Because we can react to it and then we can look like idiots by the next episode.
Yeah.
But right now our confidence is fairly low that these will be resolved in a neat way. I would love, as always, I'm always happy to be wrong. I'm always happy for things to be good, no matter who's doing it. I want things to be good. I'm not hate reading this. Can we talk about that training montage and how fucking like insane that was?
So what's your problem with this? Because this is pretty good.
No, it's just it's such a fast forward, and it's like, we will make you strong, and then we will make you smart.
Well, yeah, I do love the implication that he's like, you're a dumbass. Which, like, yeah, definitely.
Well, look, he's a child, so I get it, or at least a teenager. It was just corny the way they did it, where it's like, we will make you, like, you're gonna lift some weights, and then you're gonna master the sciences.
I'm glad you actually brought that up.
It just comes off as edgy. Again, everything is edgy.
Yeah. But the thing that really confuses me, I don't know,
Christopheles?
Do you think he made up that name because it has Christ in it?
You mean like the writers?
Yeah.
So you think
they wrote down the word Christ and was like, what can we do with this?
Jesus Christ did come from the poor and downtrodden. And as I've been saying, the ants are the lowest of the low, right? They're like Shinji.
Do you think at some point they meet God and it's going to be an ant?
Is that not the ancient walkers?
I don't think the ancient. I think
no. There's like
the ancient walkers are like one step removed from God.
They're like the choir of saints.
They are like the messengers from God. Right? They've got a divine connection, telepathic, and they can teleport.
Like how God is a woman.
Yeah.
Here in Sonic, Jesus is an ant.
Yeah, why not?
All right, smash or pass, the queen ant.
Oh, smash.
Yeah.
No question. Well, wait. Is she my size? Because then it might just have to be smash.
like inherently.
Yeah, like there's no.
Well done. Oh, this fucking horse, while you're scrolling through that, this fucking horse, man. Up. Yeah.
The horse looks ridiculous.
So is this after they throw out all the technology?
Yeah.
So okay. So it is implied through these panels that they threw out all the technology, but kept the furniture, the buildings, etc. I guess they're not counting that as technology.
This is at odds with each other. And I looked at this and I was like, there's a lamp here, but it looks like he's reading from the fire side. I don't know.
So there's a limit. There's clearly a limit.
Like they didn't get rid of electricity.
Like they're not going back to the Stone Age. Yeah. They're going to like Victorian era. I guess it's efficient. No. I guess it's efficient. Where it's like, hey, I don't want to rebuild a whole fucking building, but I just want to get rid of all the Wi-Fi and the shit, you know?
Yeah.
But okay, sure. Back to the horse. Sorry, back to the horse.
Why ever leave the horse?
Because I'm assuming the horse is like indicative of this is a post-technology world.
I think it's supposed to imply that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's what I gathered from reading it. It's just a fucking stupid image.
I don't know. I think Christopheles was a fucking dumbass for not letting Edmund just become Batman. He was seriously Edmund. I mean, this is straight up. Replace the word light with night, and then you have their spirits. I must be a creature of night and hope, and like suddenly you have Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. I don't know how many we have left to go. I have to recount that.
I think it's over 500 still.
Yeah, it's over 500. Well, I'll make sure we get the count back by the time we get to 500. I'm Nick. I stream at twitch.tv/Mojosaurus, and my personal blue sky is at Mojosaurus.
And I'm Dominic. You can follow my jazz adventures in Chicago at Blue Collar Jazz, and my personal blue sky is at Dom Guan.
You can follow us on socials. I Gotta Talk Fast. TikTok is Gotta Talk Faster. We are definitely not updating TikTok, so
TikTok doesn't exist anymore for us.
I personally deleted TikTok because I was just like, I'm on here too much. We also have a video version of the podcast where you can follow along with panels and watch our handsome faces. You can write into the show at sonograms at gottatalkfast.com. Ask us questions, provide corrections, and give us your opinion of this week's issue. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, when life keeps going fast, you gotta talk fast and just get through it.
I love you. Gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast, gotta talk fast, gotta talk fast.